Sorry, God bless.
Sorry?
Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay, the food.
Great.
Okay, yeah.
So what are some of these? I mean, after BBN, your fans will want to know what you've been up to after the whole show. I mean, I remember in the show you wanted to do your foundation, the Kiddwaya Foundation was dear to your heart, and some other things. What have you been up to?
Are you still there? Oh, this connection is struggling today. I don't know why.
Are you there, kid?
I put up my.
Yes, I am.
I don't know why it's struggling. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Okay. So can you say a question again? I've just put up. I think it's a bit slow. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I was asking. Life after BBN, what have you been doing, people? You spoke about going into acting. You spoke about, I mean, your passion for entertainment. What have you been up to? In over?
I've been up to a whole lot. Working hard behind the scenes with my foundation, trying to set it up properly. I know there's a lot of people who are asking me, where is it? But these kind of things cannot be rushed. I'm this way. So that's coming very soon. So something is coming. Again, you know, I'm very private with my things. I don't just come out and just say this is going to happen. My fans know, the people know that when I have something to announce, I just announce it, just like that on the spot. So we've been working very hard behind the scenes, and it's going to be a very, very interesting year for my fans, for the people who support me, and for ones who don't support me. But there'll be a lot to, and hopefully I can share some of those beautiful moments and news with the fans and the people very, very soon.
Now, speaking of your foundation, now you made it known that your foundation is to empower people. But in what ways do we expect you to empower people?
So, firstly, we may start with agriculture. So you may have all these young individuals that want to get into farming, because the very fabric of a household or a family is food. In fact, the very fabric of our nation is food. We're blessed with great fields, great crops, great land and great soil to cultivate all types of food. So I want to empower people in my states, people across different states when it comes to farming. And we will be partnering up with different institutions and different banks to facilitate that process.
I'm with you. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, good. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is. We're going to start off by targeting agriculture, empowering youths to get into farming, empowering even women, especially women, to get into farming if that's what they choose to do. We'll provide them with the tools, provide them with the crops, provide them with the necessary information and tools to get started in that. So we're really going to focus on agriculture, but we're going to focus on mental health. We're going to focus on a lot of things. And again, once we're fully done setting up the objectives and goals of the foundation, we'll let the public know what exactly we're targeting and focusing on. But it'll be there to help a lot of people.
Now, speaking of mental health, you made mention of something. You said that so those that like you and those that don't like you, when you check online, sometimes we see that some people bash you. We call it online trolls. I mean, when online trolls hit at you, does it ever affect your mental health in any way?
I don't put it to mind, because there's more serious things at hand than trolls bashing me. I actually sympathize with the trolls because I understand their pain. I understand where that anger and hate is coming from. It's coming from a place of hardship. The country is very difficult. Things are not going their way. Maybe there's no jobs. Maybe food is scarce. So they have to direct that anger and pain to someone else. It's a reflection of their reality. So I don't get angry at them. I actually sympathize with them. And I almost want to reach out to them to say, look, guys, I understand why you want to focus all your anger at me, and that's okay. But I'm still going to be there to help you. My foundation will still be there to to help them. So, I don't get angry with the online trolls. I don't let it affect my mental health because I know it's for them. It's coming from a place of pain. It can't be personal because they don't know me. It can never be personal. That's the thing. If you really think about it, online trolls, it can't be a personal thing because they don't know you. If they were to sit down for 5 minutes with you face to face and they spoke to you, they'll probably like you because they've understood who you are and have gotten to know a bit more about you. But if they don't know you, then why would you take it personally? So I don't take all these things personally. If anything, I understand their pain and I understand. This teapot is not doing well holding this thing up. Hold on. I understand their pain and trouble. So I don't let it get to me at all.
So, when this whole Erica situation happened, when you were being bashed, are you saying that it did not hit you at all?
When they were bashing me?
When it was announced that you split with Erica, I think at the point.
Go on.
Yeah, when you traded a few weeks ago, when blogs and platforms announced that, okay, you are split with Erica, a lot of people came at you. During that time, how was that time for you?
I was focused on building my brand. I was focused on... Sorry, go ahead.
Because you screamed a picture of a fan that actually threatened you at that period.
Mm-hmm. So how threatened me? It wasn't a threat to me. It was actually a statement that actually posted that was to let people know that people here are pained. They're pained at something, and I put a caption. Is this what it's come to now? Do you understand? They needed someone to voice their pain. I understand. I am that. I can be their scapegoat. I am the person that they look at and think, why is Kid doing so well? Why is Kid so happy? I don't like the fact that he's happy and we're not happy. So of course they'll direct that pain at me. It's the same way they direct the pain at David or other celebrities that are doing well. I understand. I get it. It comes with the package of being in this industry, being in this limelight. In fact, it's not just celebrities that get it. It's anyone who's successful that gets it. And I'm not saying I'm successful. I'm just saying it's anyone and everyone who's successful or people who are genuinely happy with their lives get bashed at from people who are not happy with their lives. So it didn't affect me then because at the point I was really focused on building my brand, taking my fan base, YM Gang across the globe, which is what I promised them. I promised them I will take the brand global, and that's what we're doing so far. So I don't have time to be listening to trolls or to be really letting that get to me because it's not something that is a necessity in my life. It doesn't take food away from my stomach. It doesn't take air away from my lungs. It doesn't take happiness away from my soul. Do you understand? So it doesn't get to me.
Well, like you said, it comes with the status. Does it sometimes make you regret maybe going into the house because that was the platform that actually launched you to the world?
Never. How will I regret it? Come on, this platform has given me an opportunity to help millions of people or to make millions of people happy and smile. Why will I regret it? Never. And with this platform, I'll go on to do even more better things. And of course, with this platform, I'm able to inspire people like me, like-minded, to be able to go onto the show and do what I did or exceed what I've done. So there's no way I'll for any type of regret. I'm very grateful to GSTV, to Moldy Choice, to Big Brother. I'm extremely grateful to them. So just leave that.
But it seems when it comes to these trolls, it seems they hit millionaires' kids millionaires' kids the most. Why do you think? Do you share in that reasoning, and why do you think that happens?
Say that again.
When it comes to
some sauce. Yeah.
When it comes to they are harder on billionaires' kids that are actually in the limelight and the likes. Do you share that reasoning with me? And why do you think they hit at billionaires' kids the most? If you share the reasoning with me.
I think first of all, that's a question that we should actually put out to the public. I have my opinions. A lot of people have their opinions, but I think it's a question that
me. Share your
I'll tell you that I'm getting to that. But I think it's a question of where you guys should actually do an online poll, a serious online poll, and ask people, give them a couple of options. For example, is it because there's too much poverty in the country? Is it because you feel like they're associated with corruption? Is it because blah, blah, blah? Give them some options and actually do a poll of why people do not like families or individuals that come from a wealthy background. And I think it'll be very educational for everybody. But to answer your question, yes, that's probably why that's probably why some dislike me. But it goes back to the point I made about them not understanding me, them not really angry at me. They're angry at that situation. They're angry of where they are in their life right now. Again, it's me understanding them. So if they want to look at me and be like, oh, I don't like the fact that kid is from this background, that's okay. But I agree with you. I think definitely that's one of the reasons why people misunderstand me. And that's okay too, because I have a greater goal in mind, which is to uplift people, to inspire, to motivate, to cultivate, and to really make a difference and impact in not just people's lives, but on the earth, on the planet. So I don't listen to all that talk about him being from a billionaire's family or whatever it is, because at the end of the day, that's my father's money. That's not my money. I'm not a billionaire. I'm far from it. I'm probably far from a millionaire. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not wealthy. I'm actually a standard kid, standard guy that's just trying to make a living, that's trying to become a billionaire. You understand? So people should not get it twisted. I am not rich. I am a normal guy that's been blessed with an opportunity to make people happy and to make money and to.
Last time I spoke with you, that was shortly after you left the Big Brother house, and you said something. You said you always prefer living your private life private. You don't like your private life outside, but for a weird reason, your private life, which everybody knew with Erica, went public. I mean, what happened at that period? What happened between you and Erica? Why the split? Because your union was one that everybody thought would end with happily ever after. What happened in all that?
Well, honestly, in this interview, I'm definitely not going to talk about anything to do with my relationships, because right now, I don't want the narrative to be about that. I've achieved so much from the house up until this point that I actually want to focus on the milestones I've hit. Do you understand? I don't want to now create a situation where everyone's talking about my relationship and it will take away from this amazing interview or what about to have or what having. So when it comes to questions about relationships, I will answer it respectfully.
Yes. Then let's talk about your recent endorsement with Woman. I saw that on your Instagram. I saw the announcement and the like. What exactly is your partnership with the brand and how did it happen?
Well, without going into too much details because some things are confidential, but of course, it's a brand ambassadorship, long-term one. The brand, the brand is a great reflection of me. It's a brand that is fast rising. It's going global. It's all over Europe. It's all over America, and it aims to become all over Africa. And they saw me as a person that can facilitate that process. And of course, I've got a very strong brand. I've got a very strong fan base. I represent what they are trying to represent. So the partnership was very easy to go into. Of course, this comes with having connections. A lot of these brands, sometimes they don't really come looking for you. You have to plug yourself in. You have to make a few calls, and you have to surround yourself with the right people. And if you tick their boxes, for example, if they see you as a person they want to work with, if they see your brand in themselves, if they like what you've been posting, if they like what you've been doing, then of course it will work. But again, it's down to connections and down to having a great team of people around me and a great lawyer. Bobo is a genius. Bobo is a mastermind. So Bobo makes all things possible. So shout out to him.
Okay. Let's talk about your movie career. Now you have a movie that you have to be featured in. Is the movie out? What should we expect? Would you like to skim some things and let the cat out of the bag about the movie?
So the movie, I've only had really short discussions with the creator, the producer, and we've agreed that I will be in the movie. So there's not much detail to spill on yet. I think we might start shooting in May or so. So it's still quite a few months away. But I'll definitely be in the movie, 100%. I mean, that's kind of where I want to focus on, going into an acting. I've always loved acting. I've always been a natural actor since I was young. I did theatre back in school. So that's something I'll definitely get into. And hopefully the next 6 weeks or so, give or take, I'll have a lot more information on that. But as of now, I'll be wrong to talk about it because I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say. It could be still very private. So I don't want to sort of ruin anything for the hardworking individuals behind the movie.
Now, we've seen some Nigerian actors, they've been boxed to a cage, they've been stereotyped to play some certain roles. Someone might see you and cast you as a lover boy role, and if you play it well, that could be the path you took all through your career. Are you scared of being put in that box, cast as a stereotype? And how do you intend to make sure that, like you said, you started acting from way back? How do you intend to make sure that, okay, we could see Kiddwaya as a bad boy today, lover boy tomorrow, villain, and the likes? How do you think you can make your career that way?
Well, very simple. First of all, I'm not scared to play that lover boy type. I'll play that. I'll kill that role. After I kill that role, I go on to the next role, and it's going to be very simple because what I'll tell the producers, I'll simply say, look, if I'm getting casted in too many of the same roles, the next one I want to cast in the same role, I say I'm not going to do it. You understand? I feel like I have a service or a product that is to be desired. I have what I offer to them is something beautiful. So I think the relationship between me and the producer is equal. So they're not coming to me thinking, oh, we need Kid more than Kid needs us. It's at a neutral point. So I can very easily say, okay, since you don't want to offer me a different role, I'll pull out. The same reason for them, they can probably pull out as well. We don't need each other. So for me, it's very simple. We'll sit down, we'll have a conversation, and I'll say, look, I'd rather play the role of a father, family man that has just lost his daughter and he's grieving. And of course, I'll get a fair chance, just like anyone else. They'll audition me or they'll see how I do in that role. And if I do well, they'll give it to me. If I don't do well, then fair enough. So that's not really an issue. I'm not worried about that at all.
Now, every actor has his or her no areas. Like some actors might say they can't shave their hair. Some actors can say they can't go nude. Do you have any gray area? I mean, if someone approaches you and says, "Okay, Kid, you are buff. You look handsome. Can you act a nude role?" What would you say? What are your gray areas?
It depends. It depends on the movie. I have to see how big the movie is because there's some things that you may say you will never do, but then if the movie is a Hollywood movie with Dwayne Johnson or Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt, and they say, "Look, you have to jump in a pool of shit or whatever for this role," then of course you reason and be like, okay, I'm with all these big actors. I think I just run them. Let me just run it to see what happens. So it depends on the movie. It depends on who's asking. Do you understand? It really depends on who's asking and of course how much they're paying.
Okay. So I mean, for the right price, you can go nude.
For the right price?
Mm.
No, that's not necessarily money. I'm not saying money. I'm just saying it depends on the movie itself and who the movie is with.
The script and the like.
Huh?
But
yeah, so
right price, they should script.
So that's a question.
Directors and the likes. Can you do?
That's a question I have to answer in the moment.
Like you said, I like your examples. I mean, you use the likes of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and the likes. Are you starting out in Hollywood? But are you eyeing? Sorry, you're starting out in Nollywood actually. Are you eyeing Hollywood? I mean, in the near future.
I mean, of course, man. I think anyone in Nollywood right now is eyeing Hollywood in the near future. You've been lying if you said that wasn't true. I think they're all eyeing Hollywood, and that's fine because Hollywood is the goal. Even for rappers are in the Nigerian industry, I think at some point they're eyeing the collaboration with the American artists because it's just a natural transition. It's like playing Division 1 to playing Premier League or playing Premier League to Champions League. It's like you have to go to the very top. So of course I'm eyeing that, but it'll be unrealistic for me to go straight to Hollywood. I understand that. I will have to start off at Hollywood and Nollywood. And don't get it wrong, Nollywood is huge. I think it's the second biggest movie production in the world. I don't know if it's Bollywood or Nollywood, but it's right up there. So it's huge. There are a lot of great movies coming out. There are a lot of great producers, a lot of great production. You know, we're making all the right standards, or we're meeting all the quality standards to be on Netflix, to be shown across the world. So Nigeria is very up there when it comes to content. So this would be a great place to start. You know, and I would love to do well here and earn my respects here because there are a lot of talented actors in this industry, really talented actors in the industry that can definitely make it in Hollywood. So I would like to earn my stripes here and then have a natural progression up.
Now, how about music for you? Because I think you mentioned at the point that you try your luck in the booth. How is that working for you?
I haven't gone in the studio yet. I've always loved music. It's always been a passion of mine. I'm not a bad freestyle as well. I think I might start making some freestyle videos once I set my studio up. But music, I don't think it's something that I will see myself doing to make money. Okay. So that means to have it as a breadwinner. I don't think so, but it's something I will do as a hobby and something that I enjoy. So I'm still working on that. I haven't really had the time to really sit down and actually focus on 100%. But music, you have to be in a place of tranquility. You have to be really in the zone for that. And right now, I'm so busy doing different things. I haven't really had time to think about music, but definitely it's something I want to get into.
And eventually, when you get into music, I mean, there was this bond between you and Lekon in the house. Lekon is into music full time now. Would we say like you guys vibing together, doing a song together?
Yeah, of course. Vibing together 100%, doing a song together. I don't actually know. I don't forget, Lekon is he's doing this as his main job. Obviously, he's very talented at making music for the public. So it'll be a little bit unrealistic of me to say, oh yeah, me and Lekon will do a song and it'll do well just because I'm Kiddwaya. No, again, I have to earn my stripes in that field. I don't want no handouts. I don't want people to put me on a song just because it's me. I want us to go in the studio and actually make a fire song that everyone's like, oh boy, this song is mad. This will sell. Do you understand? I'm a go-getter. I'm a hardworking guy. I like to bring up my own chair to the table. And after I bring my chair to the table, I want to bring my plate to the table. And after I bring my plate to the table, I want to bring my own beef to the table. Then my own knife and fork. Then my own salt and pepper. Do you understand? So I want to do things myself. So eventually, the goal will be to work with artists across the nation. But it's not something I'm really focused on now. I want to do it more as a hobby and more as a passion and more because I enjoy it. And we'll see what happens.
Let's talk about another part of you that actually quite shocked some of your fans. That was in October during the NSAS movement, where you joined the the Abuja arm of the NSAS movement. Would you say, how would you say when it comes to activism, for example, what do you think of activism? Because most people didn't expect that you'd be a part of that movement, but you were in the forefront at Abuja.
First of all, activism is needed. If there is no activism, then the government's be running crazy. They'll just be doing all sorts of things to us, and we will just be allowing them to do it. So activism is very, very important, and I salute all the men and women who are really in the forefront of that. And of course, all of us in this generation should have some sort of activism role. There's no way you're going to sit there, living your life, not thinking that I should get involved in this or I should do this or do that. We all have a role to play. We all have a role to play. If you see how Black people got their rights to even sit down in a restaurant or a bus with a white person, if you see what they went through for us now to have that right, you'll be amazed. So we owe them a great deal to carry on that fight. You understand? So, activism is a part of all of us, and we all have a role and a duty to play to really push that going forward. And there's going to be many, many fights to come, not just in Nigeria or Africa, but across the world. We're fighting every day, actually. You got to pick what side you're on. You can't live your life fightless. You can't live your life not having a fight. You got to stand for something or you fall for everything.
You speak so passionately. Would we see you running for office or going into politics in the near future?
If that's what the people want, then I'll be very happy to do it. If the people choose me and they see me as a person that can lead them to greener pastures, a person that can lift them from the oppression that they're going through, a person that can provide them with opportunities, a person that can make Nigeria a real place of hope and opportunity, then that is something I would discuss with my team, discuss with my people, and then we'll see in the near future what God has planned for me.
Now, if you open the papers today, if you go online, you see the news of over 300 female students being abducted in the north. About some days ago, a few weeks ago as well, some boys were kidnapped. We have the elders clash and the like. Insecurity is becoming very tight in Nigeria right now. I mean, when you read stories like this, what comes to your mind?
I actually shed a tear the other day when I saw that story come up. I actually shed a tear, and I didn't even know I was going to cry, but I actually shed a tear, and I realized that this thing is becoming too normal. You know, some people look at it now and be like, "Oh well, I mean, yeah, people got kidnapped. It's normal." It's not normal, you know. And I don't want to speak too much about it because it's a political issue, and I'm sure the government is doing its best to try and retrieve these girls. But from a human point of view, it's heartbreaking because that's someone's daughter, that's someone's wife, that's someone's sister, and it could be any one of us, you know. So it's heartbreaking, and at this point, I don't know what to say. I'm I'm sad, extremely sad. So I just hope that something can be done as soon as possible, and you know, and we can retrieve those girls and those boys back.
Does it make you fear for your safety? Looking at your status as a celebrity, as the son of a billionaire, I mean, when you research, does it make you fear for your safety as a person and based on your status as well?
Kidnapping is not what I fear at the moment. There's a lot more other things to fear. First of all, is fate. If I'm supposed to be kidnapped, then I'm supposed to be kidnapped. No matter all the security in the world will not keep you safe. If you want to be kidnapped, you'll be kidnapped. So that's not what I'm worried about, because it's not God's will to get me kidnapped right now or in the near future. So there's more dangerous things than that at the moment. I mean, there's COVID, there's natural virus diseases in the air, there's natural causes, there's transportational accidents, there's mental health. So there's things at hand that are more threatening than that. Of course, again, it's something that we're all worried about, you know, but you can't live your life in fear. You can't live your life always looking behind your shoulders. You have to just sort of keep living and put in the hands of God and prayers that you'll be fine.
Yeah, speaking of COVID, that was where my next question was actually going. How has COVID affected you with the whole pandemic and the likes? In what direct manner has COVID affected you?
Well, it's really affected all my colleagues, really. It's slowed down business a lot. It's made less shows. It's less business for sure. Clubs are getting shut down. You know, lounges are getting shut down. People are not really coming out as much. It's really slowed things down, of course. But, you know, in this kind of time, you have to find a way to stay creative, which is what I've been doing with my content. But I can tell you from my point of view, it's really affected my colleagues in the industry. But of course, a lot of them are fighters, and we will all see ourselves out of this. We're a nation that likes to fight. We're a nation that is very strong-minded, and we're a nation that are very faithful and hopeful. So we'll see ourselves out of this, and things will be better.
Well, personally, has it affected you in any way personally?
Yeah, of course. Business has been slow. Okay. Like, there's been no work. A lot of people have been stuck indoors. There's been no travel, no movement. Even because when I travel to London, nothing's happening. Everyone is just indoors. So it definitely affected me in terms of doing things and being active. You know, there's restricted movement. Things are boring. So it has affected me in those kind of ways.
Then, I mean, you once tweeted that you had a party with the Prince of Dubai, and your mind was blown away. You were motivated after that party. Can we share the party with us? Can you share with us, I mean, some of those motivations? What actually went down that actually blew your mind away that much?
Well, I wish I recorded it. Sorry, say again?
I said I was talking about your tweet about you partying with the Prince.
Yeah.
With the Prince
yes.
Of Dubai, and you said how motivated you were. Can you share with us what exactly went down? I mean, let's see that party through your eyes, and I mean the motivation.
Well,
this can motivate your fans as well.
Just when you're around such people, the aura they give off, the energy, the humility, the humbleness, just naturally makes you enhance all that energy and just feel motivated. Like the discussions we had, you know, it started off at a friend's yacht before we moved to his yacht, but we were there discussing about various things. Just being in a circle in a room full of people of that magnitude got me motivated. I was the youngest person there. like I looked around me and I saw some seriously powerful people. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? How the hell did I get in here? And how am I still here? I was like, yo, kid, you're actually here with the people that ruled Dubai and the people that are worth, in Naira terms, trillions of Naira, in US terms, billions of dollars. So I was just naturally motivated. The fact that we shared a drink got me buzzed. And it just made me think, you know what? I want this to be a constant thing. I want to be constantly getting these doors, in these rooms. That's what I meant by it motivated me.
Let's clear the air once and for all, because at the point you actually went viral when the video surfaced of you partying and.
So I said again?
Yes, I said to clear the air. What's your relationship with Keisha? Because I mean, 2 weeks ago it trended when a video surfaced of you guys kissing. Although both of you have denied that ever happening, but what's your relationship with her? And I mean, when you woke up the next morning and saw you were trending on Twitter, what came to mind?
I don't want to talk about past housemates. Honestly, I think I'm so focused in stuff I'm doing. But look, I'll say this: me and Kaisha are cool. Obviously, it was she did whatever she had to do. But I don't want to talk too much about that. Yeah.
Then this is my last question. Actually, what are the immediate things we should expect from you? I mean, when, yeah.
Brother, listen, just look, it's me. You guys know I just come bang, 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 shut things down. Expect a lot. Don't worry. Like I'm gonna be killing it this year. You know, so a lot of things are coming up, man. So when those things come up, you'll see it. You'll see it. So there's a lot of things to expect. Don't worry about that. It's gonna be a very thrilling, exciting year. Just get your popcorns ready, get your Ciroc ready, get your Durex condoms ready, and get your boohoo ready. It's gonna be a shutdown.
All right. Thank you so much, Kid, for your time. And
my pleasure, my brother.
Thank you so much for staying tuned and enjoying this interview with us. I'm Ademola.
Thank you, sir.
You can watch this on our Facebook platforms, Twitter and YouTube as well. Have a wonderful
Thank
evening.
you, sir.